Okay, guys, so we're back at it. Today is January 20th, 2021. Got some more news coming out of the Philippines and some news internationally about travel. Even if you have the vaccine, what it's going to look like. Stick around. Okay, here we are, guys, back to another news update. We're going to touch briefly on things going on in the Philippines and go on to some more international news that has to do with the Philippines as well, and also just internationally when you're traveling about. First thing first, COVID-19 death toll in Philippines passes 10,000. I'm not going to get into the whole article and everything. I'm just going to leave it at that, okay? Next up, Philippines to buy 20 million Moderna vaccine doses as COVID-19 cases rise. Yes, cases here have been rising. I've noticed every time I turn on the news, I see Cebu going up in cases. Hopefully things aren't heading back towards another strict lockdown in Cebu. We'll see what happens. As of now, I haven't seen anything, but they're aware of what's going on. But this is good news because with the whole Chinese vaccine thing, with the 50% effectiveness and a lot of doubt, a lot of people don't want anything to do with these Chinese vaccines, even in the Philippines here. So that's pretty good news. Again, all these articles are going to be down not in the description, but in the comment section. I just have too much stuff already in my description to put them there. Next up, they found, I think it was last week, they found one person in the Philippines who had come back from overseas, I think the Middle East, and they had the new strain that had been found previously in the UK. And now they found out that I think maybe 7 more or 8 more people that were on that same flight also have that new strain as well. So now it's stating that 13 who had contact with the Filipino with the new variant test positive for COVID-19. The original person just had or was asymptomatic. But it looks like they have tracked it down, but who knows if this thing is out and about and spreading now. We'll see. Another news article. It just keeps getting better, I tell you. Talking as bad as coughing in spreading COVID-19 indoors, research suggests. However, if you're wearing a mask, I don't see how it would make a difference. Unsafe to stand without a face mask 2 meters away from an infected person who is either coughing or talking. So I guess if you think you're talking to somebody and you guys are within 2 meters of each other, that's not safe. I'm not going to dive really deep into these articles too much. Okay, so here's where we start to get interesting. We got Emirates, and I don't know how to pronounce that. Somebody can correct me. I'm going to butcher it. Etihad Airways, chosen to trial COVID-19 travel pass. So here we go. We were talking about this possibly coming about, and here we are. Travel Pass is an app that allows travelers to manage certifications for any COVID-19 tests or vaccinations a traveler may have taken. Here's a look of the features of the app itself and further information on the first rollout of the newly designed mobile application. So I won't, again, I'm going to leave this down in the comments, but interesting for sure. But it gets more interesting, you'll see in a second here. And then we also have American Airlines launches health passport for international travel to the U.S. So with the new U.S. testing requirements set to come into effect later this month, I think it's the 26th, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, they will become the first carrier to introduce a health passport for inbound travel into the country. Airlines will be launching its Verify app for passengers to utilize to confirm testing and other COVID-19 travel requirements for their flights to the U.S. beginning January 23rd. Here in the video is where I plug one of my affiliate links, and not just because I do make a small bit of money from it at no additional cost to you, but it's just the way it is now. It's probably going to be mandatory almost everywhere that you travel to that you have to have travel insurance. I kind of like travel insurance anyway a little better than even if you just have a health insurance plan because it covers you for trip interruption, theft, things like that, that a normal health insurance is not going to cover that additional stuff. So links are down in the description, guys, for the travel insurance. So get your quote today. Moving on, here's the part that cracks me up, because even in the Philippines, I had previously reported and told you about a news article where the Philippines says even if you've had the vaccination, guess what? When things do open up, you're still going to have to be tested. You're still going to have to quarantine when coming into the country. So I know a lot of people were waiting on it and saying, hey, I'm going to go ahead and get the vaccine, even though a lot of people may not have wanted to get the vaccine, but they thought by getting the vaccine that it was an instant way to get into a country. And now we're finding out that it's really not doing a whole lot of good if your intention was getting it to travel. And here we go. Vaccinated travelers will not be exempt from travel restrictions. There you go. So being vaccinated won't be the golden ticket to travel yet. There has been a lot of talk regarding immunity passports and preferential treatment regarding travelers who had been vaccinated, but now leading health authorities and governments are sounding the alarm. This may not be the case in 2021. And this is why I have said that I don't think the Philippines is going to open this year. I really don't. I know a lot of you hate me for that. I'm sorry, but I'm just being a realist. After being optimistic so much of last year, I kept thinking, okay, it's going to open up next month. This can't go on much longer. And what happened? Here we are in 2020. I keep getting confused. 2021. January already almost in the books, and nothing has changed whatsoever. In fact, the only thing that's changed is we have new strains coming out that have made it even worse as far as it's spreading. And vaccines are rolling out, but here we are. It's not helping any as far as travel goes. So again, recent events over the last couple of weeks have shown that those who have been vaccinated may not see any benefits this year when it comes to travel restrictions being lifted. So I don't want to tell you to write off the Philippines for this year. That is not what I'm saying. I'm still being a little bit optimistic that it could possibly open maybe after the summer, maybe in the fall, maybe the last quarter. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Your thoughts and comments, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what you feel. I did a poll the other week, and most people feel like it's not going to open until 2022. Now, it's not any kind of official poll. It really doesn't mean a whole lot other than what you guys think personally. So, yeah. Again, all these articles will be down in the comments section. I always list them down there. And just let me know what you guys think. So what's going on with me lately? I've announced this in several videos in my live stream. Geo in the Philippines is going to start to pull back a little bit. I'm not really going to concentrate on this channel as much as I used to. I will come out with the news updates. I will come out with a live stream once in a while. Most of my content is now only going to be available with a YouTube membership or over on my Patreon account. Those videos are basically duplicates. The one that goes on Patreon and the one that goes on YouTube membership, probably the same. So either one you join, you're part of the action. And that's where I'm going to concentrate most of my videos. And I'm working on other projects that have made me just a lot busier, guys, and I just don't have time. I also feel like the Philippines, with it not even opening up possibly this year, I think less and less people are that excited about watching stuff on the Philippines other than news updates now, because realistically, they know they probably aren't going to get here this year, and we're just in January. Latin America, Central America, South America, other different island nations, even out here, you could possibly get into Thailand, Indonesia, and at a later date here in the near future, I think. What else? Maldives out here, but other than that, there's not a whole lot going on. Maybe Sri Lanka, I think I heard. But other than that, everything else really is Central America, South America, islands that you can get into. Australia is already coming out saying they probably won't even be able to leave Australia or travel until 2022. Okay, so that's the news update, and we really touched briefly on the Philippines and went more into international this time around, and just an update of what's going on at the Geo in the Philippines channel. Appreciate, guys, you watching as always. I appreciate it so much. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification. That way you are updated every time a new video or a live stream comes out. And hit the thumbs up. I do appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you next time.